I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, and I'm located in Southgate, Kentucky.
And I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery in Monroe, Washington. And welcome to Wheel Talk.
I don't know. Maybe it takes a bit.
Yeah.
All right, we're live.
We are live.
Welcome to another episode of Wheel Talk with Ryan.
And Becca.
All right.
Ryan, how was your day today?
So we probably should have done this episode like a while ago, but
we probably should have.
Let's see. So how was my day today? My day was work as usual till 5, and then I kind of got a late start because I was helping Rachel with some house stuff. We're on to the next project for the house, so she's trying to get our bedroom kind of updated and
I saw
looking
that.
good. So kind of helped her with a little hanging a new curtain rod. So yeah. And then I got some time in the studio. Unloaded a nice glaze kiln. Looking good. Good results with the new carvings and new work, which is good.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I saw his clear glaze. I think that clear glaze is freaking bomb. Is that Rebecca's, is that her recipe?
Yeah, it is. Yep. It's the same recipe that Rebecca Graves and Josh Heim use.
I'm going to need that.
So, pretty good. And it's super simple, too. It's like 3 ingredients or something like that.
Hell yeah. Sweet.
So, super good. How was your day today?
My day was useless.
Useless?
No,
well, I saw some of your Instagram stories. You were like, oh, it's a Wednesday, so that means like, hey, I'm always dragging my feet on a Wednesday or something like that.
I always do. I don't know what is up with Wednesdays. I think it's because I work so hard on Tuesdays. Like, I work from like 9 a.m. until like midnight usually on Tuesdays, and I have to load the bisque kiln. And I got to load all the things, and I actually ended up loading 3 kilns yesterday and firing 3 kilns yesterday, and so today I got to the studio and I was like, I don't want to do anything. And so I threw like, I don't know, 30 snack bowls, and that's about it. But I have high hopes for tonight because I have to unload my bisque, and then I will glaze everything and put it back in.
So are you glazing tonight? Okay, yeah.
So Wednesday nights for me on summer nights are till 4 in the morning.
Oh my god, those are your late nights.
Yeah, so I sometimes.
But do you teach or something Wednesdays that breaks your day up and like doesn't make it as productive? Okay,
that breaks my day.
So you're just really tired from Tuesday.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I like chug a Red Bull and then I get to work. And last week on Wednesday I watched like 25 episodes of a show while I was glazing. Well, like watch listen. So I'm hoping that this weekend or this Wednesday I can find a podcast because those are a lot more IQ friendly.
Do you like listen to like a true crime thing so it's like serialized and you can kind of get through a story kind of like you would like watching a show or something like that?
No, I think I'm going to listen to Boldly all the rest of the episodes that I haven't heard on that. And then I'll probably finish up all the episodes on Clay's 4-letter word, and then I might do some Joe Rogan. I don't like connecting.
Okay. Yeah, I listened to like 3 or 4 episodes of Boldly and Clay's a 4-letter this past weekend, so yeah, kind of got a little caught up.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. So that was our days. We're going to start doing that hopefully every podcast just to kind of like be relatable and be human.
And I'll try to I tend to focus on the production of like getting a lot of stuff done all the time in my story. So if there's something that like comes up or that I'm like, oh, I should probably talk about this that's not as good, then I'll try to do that too. So
yeah. Okay, and so today, like Ryan said earlier, we probably should have done this podcast at the beginning. I think we actually tried to do this podcast at the beginning, but then we squashed it because the sound and the internet was so horrid. So,
yes,
we have since figured that out.
Podcast growing pains.
Yeah. Anyway, so today we are going to do a get to know Ryan and Becca podcast, and I found a 20 questions article on Google. It was the first one that I found, and then
Wait, I thought you came up with all these. You
no,
just Googled this?
I'm not an idiot. No, I no.
I was
No,
like, man, she is on it. We talked
no.
about like getting a list together, and she actually typed up 20 questions in like 30 minutes. Like that is
I
so not
copy
Becca.
pasted that
What is
shit
going
like a.
on?
I copy pasted that like the badass that I am. Um,
Okay.
no, I copy pasted it and then I took out the ones that were dumb, and then replaced them with pottery questions and then kind of like intermixed them. So
Okay.
yeah. So what we're gonna do
Gotcha.
is we're gonna try and keep it at a minute or less for each question
Between the two of us.
between the two of us. Some of them will be really short. I'm sure it'll all average out. So yeah,
Yeah,
and
we're gonna fly
Ryan
through this
hasn't
thing.
really read these questions. I have kind of read these questions, but that doesn't mean I've thought about them. So, even though I made them.
Mm, yeah, I'm already gonna hit a roadblock on one of these, so
It's okay, you'll get through
we'll see.
it.
Couple of these. All right, so we'll just jump right in.
Okay.
How long have you been doing pottery for fun or making money?
No,
I
how
guess
long
separately.
have you been doing pottery
How long
for
have you been
fun?
doing?
And then, how
And then
long
how
have
long
you been
have you
making
been
money
making
at
money? So I've been doing pottery for fun since 2007. It's 2019, so 12 years. And then making money, a profit, probably been 3 years.
it? Okay. I have. Okay, so oh wait, after this question, we're gonna actually have to introduce ourselves like legit. Anyway, so I have been doing pottery for for 10 years since 2009, sophomore year in college, and I have been making money at it since 2014. So
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I probably
maybe
should have said years on
2015.
here because when this has been public for 10 years down the road in podcasts and we're just growing and huge, people are going to be like, "What year is he talking about?"
Oh yeah, it's 2019.
So
Um,
yeah, 2007 and then selling since 2016.
okay, so I'm gonna really quickly. My name is Becca Otis, and I own Five Lines Pottery in Monroe, Washington. I do production style pottery. I'm not a production potter. However, I throw really freaking fast, and I also own a storefront. It's a paint a pot place, and I do classes for throwing, and then I also sell my wares at shows afar. Okay, Ryan, tell us your shtick.
And I'm Ryan Durbin. I'm from Southgate, Kentucky, which is just south of Cincinnati, Ohio, across the river. And I've been making since high school, minored in college, and then I've had a home studio since graduating. I graduated with a computer information technology degree, so I'm a full-time website developer, and I do the pottery on the side as kind of a side hustle, small business kind of thing, and been doing that the last like 3 to 4 years. So that's kind of my my path and kind of where I'm at right now. I plan to do it full-time someday when it's financially makes sense. Obviously, it's tough to make that decision. I'm making good money doing what I'm doing the last 6 years professionally. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at though. I think a lot of people are probably in that spot where they're in a job and, they do pottery on the side or they found it as a hobby and they're like, hey, can I actually sell this stuff? I like making a bunch, but
Yeah,
can I get rid of it somehow?
totally.
And pay for my equipment and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's who Ryan is. Now, question number 2.
yes.
Question number 2. Ryan, who is your pottery idol?
This was hard. I just went with my favorite potter, which is Amelia Stamps. And she's a potter out of Lexington, Kentucky. She's just like the nicest person. And I think that's why I love her so much, because she's just like, we have so many of her pieces and she's just like a pleasure to be around and just so nice to talk to and helpful with questions or answering questions and stuff that I have. So
How long has she been doing
I would
pottery?
say that's my pottery idol. I honestly don't know. I think
Like a
she's
long time
around
or a little time?
Like, I think she's in her, like, low 40s.
Okay.
So she's probably been doing it for, like, 15 or so, more than that, years, maybe. Probably 20 years, maybe.
Nice.
And then her husband's a sculptor and potter and stuff at the University of Kentucky. So they're kind of both in clay in that sense.
Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. So, I'll go with mine. So, who is my pottery idol? I think that well, now I feel like a shallow person for saying this because I don't know this person. But I think that I think that my pottery idol is probably Simon Leach. Not because.
Ooh, why is that?
Not because.
Did you know him like from his YouTube videos and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and his personality from that?
Yeah, I just like how like loose he is and how, just like kind of down to earth he is in his videos. And also he has his videos have actually like helped me significantly with like I learned how to load a bisque kiln because of him. And I've learned various things because of him, and and it's not even about his work as much as it is about his willingness to teach everything that he knows. So.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the people that I admire the most are I would say the work comes secondary to me. I like people if they're good people and like kind and stuff, and that's kind of what I think first and foremost about people. If they're in the clay or whatever. So, like, that's what I appreciate more, and that's what I pay attention to more so than, like, oh, I really love their work so much more than anybody else, I just appreciate, like, the hustle or the just kindness,
Totally. Okay, next question. Number 3. When is your birthday?
My birthday is April 20th of 1991. I don't know what time I was born. But I'm, what is that, 28 years old? I'm 28 years old.
Okay, and my birthday is May 1st, 1990. I was born at 2:01 on a Tuesday. I
figured I'd throw that in there. I knew you didn't expect that, but...
The only reason I know that is because my sister was born at 1:02 on a Tuesday. We were flip-flops. Okay, Ryan, what is your favorite animal?
This is a hard question. I'm just going to say cat because I have 2 cats and I love my cats. That's an easy answer. I don't have a like favorite other animal, like cats, sure.
That's a good question. That's a good answer. I mean, what's my favorite animal? I don't even know if I know this answer. This is obviously not a question I came up with. I'm gonna go with
the clock is ticking, Becca.
I know. God, I feel like I should say cats, but they're really not my favorite animals. I want to say like a hedgehog or something like that, or like an elephant or
like Pumbaa or something. Is that a hedgehog?
Like a Tasmanian devil. I don't really like animals.
Okay, I'm going to ask the next question because this is going to stump me. Cats. That's easy. That's my answer. You stole it.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh, wait.
You already said your favorite animal. We're not holding you to this. Like, if you're in a room with a cat or a hedgehog, which one are you going to pick?
I don't know, I guess. I don't know.
It's on the record. You said hedgehog. You better not pick that cat.
Okay, continue.
All right. Question number 5. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I've always wanted to go to Sweden. Because actually it's kind of like a conglomerate of, like, Sweden and Switzerland. It's a toss-up. Probably Switzerland, actually. Because, I really like the Swiss design, and I also really
Mm-hmm.
like the oh god, what I can't remember what it's called now, but there's these design posters of these people skiing, and I believe it's in Switzerland, and they're all red and black, and they're just so beautiful, and it's mostly about design. I've always liked the industrial design there, and the like graphic design within the countries. And I suppose also what tops it is that I've always wanted to go to the Bauhaus, but it's kind of kiboshed now. So, but yeah, I would say Switzerland. That's my final answer.
Okay. I just had a coworker that went to Switzerland for 2 weeks that said it was great.
Well, thanks for that.
Um, yes. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I don't have like bucket list travel places. I'll just say like
anyway.
Alaska or something. Like I don't really have like an ideal place like outside the US. I mean like Australia I guess is an easy answer just cuz it's really far away and it seems cool. I don't really know.
We sticking
I'm
with
not very
Australia?
creative in that. I'll just say Australia, sure. If it's in the US, I'll say like Alaska. I don't know.
Oh, if it's in the U.S. Ooh, if it's in the U.S., I want to go to Louisiana. Okay. What genre of music do you like best?
I would say 80s pop or 90s country.
Of course.
What about you? I just like I don't even listen to new music anymore, radio or anything. I just turn on like Amazon Music and I just go to like a decade station, like 80s pop. Done. All right.
For
It's
me,
probably gonna repeat a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
that's
All right.
true.
What's up?
For me, it's I would say like indie rock is generally what I prefer. However, while driving, 100% country. Like Shania Twain country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shania, Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Got that?
That's what's up. Okay. What is your most productive time of the day? Nighttime? Morning
Mine,
time? Middle time?
yeah, night. I would say like 8 o'clock to 10:30 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I start getting amped up at like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and then I can go to like 1. If I wasn't doing the shop, if like there was no pottery store involved and I didn't have to like be up at a certain time, I'd wake up at like 11 and stay up till like 3. That would be my...
Yeah, I'd probably wake up if I didn't have the 9 a.m. job. I would probably wake up at like 10 or 10:30 every day.
Yeah. And here we
That
are.
would be ideal. Yes.
Okay.
What's your favorite food? This is another one that was tough that I wanted to ask you first because I need more time to think.
I feel like what's hilarious is that the non-pottery ones are the toughest ones. Okay, my favorite
They're so
food...
general and like boilerplate. It's like, who cares what your favorite food
My
is?
favorite food
All right.
is... Wait, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes. Bueller. Bueller.
Wait, are you there? Okay.
Bueller.
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 Bueller. Are you
Bueller.
there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say Bueller before I said Bueller?
Yeah.
Or did you hear me saying that?
I did, yeah. I heard you saying it.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my gosh, if she just said Bueller after I've been saying it like 4 times, that'd be great.
No,
All right.
okay, so we're back to what is your favorite food? My favorite food is potentially... That's a tough one. Okay, there's this broth bowl, and I really like soup right now. Soup is happening, but like a curry, like veggie soup. There's a
Okay.
there's a broth bowl that is in the town that I sell in, and it's a salmon broth bowl, and it's got like mushrooms and peppers and like deliciousness in it, and that's what I'm down for right now. But favorite food in general, tacos. Go.
Okay, my favorite food is probably like Thai chicken fried rice or barbecue, like a pulled pork with some southern sides.
Yeah.
Barbecue is probably my out front, like, best for sure.
Okay, what is your favorite? I feel like this might not be relevant, but what's your favorite movie or TV show?
Ooh.
Let's say movie. What's your favorite movie?
Movie, The Field of Dreams is my favorite movie.
Of course,
Field
that's your favorite movie. For those of you who don't know, Ryan is like the biggest baseball fan. Like huge. Huge baseball fan. And he's gone to like almost every park in the country, right?
We should do probably 75%. And we'll be checking 3 more off here in a month.
Yeah, buddy.
Later in September.
Have you gone to the Mariners field yet?
Nope.
Oh, you're going to have
Still
to come to
list.
Seattle and we can go to the Mariners game together.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite movie.
Movie. Go.
My favorite
I think I know.
What? Oh, yeah.
Monty Python, Holy Grail is probably your favorite movie, but you're probably going to say some Chaplin movie.
You're right. My favorite movie traditionally, and what has been my favorite movie forever, is The Great Dictator by Charlie Chaplin. Which has gotten me into trouble because that's my email. And people think that I'm being like cheeky. And they're like, I think that I think I'm the great dictator.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know the movie.
It's like a comedy about Charlie Chaplin and how he plays 2 roles, one as the Führer, essentially Hitler, and then one as a Jewish barber. And it's really freaking funny. You should look up some clips about it. But relative movies, my favorite, like nowadays, is The Big Lebowski. Okay. I feel like I have 2 answers.
You got 3 favorite movies. All right, my 2 or 3 third favorites are Die Hard and My Cousin Vinny, other than The Field of Dreams.
I only got 2. Thank you very much. It was The Great Dictator and The Big Lebowski.
You said The Big Lebowski, The Great Dictator, and Monty Python. That's
No. You said Monty Python. Monty Python has never been my favorite movie.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. So I basically had 4, and you had 2, because I said Monty Python.
Anyway, moving on. I think it's okay to have like 3.
TV show. Do you have a favorite TV show?
MASH.
MASH.
Yeah.
Mine's probably like Law and Order SVU or Seinfeld.
A solid choice. Okay. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh gosh, I was supposed to ask this because this was going to stump me.
Oh, I'll tell you mine. My biggest pet peeve is when people chew with their mouth open.
I can do that sometimes. My family's notorious for doing that. I would say mine is just probably like not being punctual or like aware that, like being late or something and not like caring about it, I guess.
Oh yeah, self-awareness. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. But at least if you show up, you'll be like, sorry, I'm late or whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's like not as important or whatever.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, which is right across from Indiana and a little bit south of Cincinnati.
Yes. Okay. And I grew up in Loveland, Colorado, which is not anywhere near here. So, but I was born in Washington, but then moved to Colorado for my dad's job. So, I guess like we moved when I was 6, but I don't even remember before that. So, I just say that I grew up in Colorado.
So grew up. How long were you in Loveland, Colorado? Like till your teens or?
12 years. So when I was 18, till I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like I graduated high school
Okay.
in Colorado. So that's, I guess that's the part that I find important. Okay. What is the skill that you would like to learn other than pottery?
The skill I would like to learn. An easy one's just like a recreational one. Like, I want to learn to play better golf. I don't know. That's like something fun I like to do. So
are you telling us that you want to be a professional golfer?
No, I don't want to be a professional golfer. I just want to be better at golf because I enjoy it.
I'm kidding.
And it's more enjoyable when you do well.
That's good. Yeah. I didn't know that you liked to golf until recently. It doesn't surprise me.
I only golf, like, in the past I only golf like 5 times a year, but it's like, that's my like retreat day. So if I like do something during the summer and I'm not in the studio or not at home or whatever, I'll go golfing by myself for like 2 or 3 hours.
That's awesome.
And I like enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's like gets me away from doing studio stuff, and I don't usually feel guilty about it. So
yeah,
like I don't spend money on a bunch of other stuff. So like going golfing is like a treat for me. So
totally. Okay, so Ryan wants to be a professional golfer, and
false.
Okay, and I would really, I really kind of want to be like an engineer, like a mechanical engineer. That interests me. Or maybe just a mechanic.
Cool.
Like something, I want to do something where I build things. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, some of those skill sets, like being able to know your way around a car. Like I've never even changed a damn tire. Like I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to drive a stick shift. Like those kind of things, like mechanics and stuff. Like they have skill sets. It's like no idea.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on there.
I know how to change a tire and do. I know how to, like, I know my way around a car, but I wouldn't mind like knowing the full, like my full way around a car. Either that or like be a general contractor kind of thing. You know, like a handyman, handy woman, I suppose.
Like for homes or something. Yeah.
Mostly because I want to build out my van correctly. I feel like everything in my house, when I owned my house, was like not in code. Because, you know, oops, it's pretty much just like my pottery. Okay, Ryan, what is your biggest fear?
Oh gosh. Maybe taking like, I guess the fear I would say that's most relevant would be like taking a really big risk without knowing what that I'm
result.
Structured to succeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking risk without ample knowledge or upfront, like stuff like that.
Yeah. My biggest fear is commitment. Just straight up. Commitment.
Straight up commitment.
Just straight up commitment.
Relationship, home, anything like that?
Anything. All of it. I think that, well, I had a house and I was quote unquote committed to it, but then I dropped that. So clearly that won.
But you had it, how long did you have it for though?
I had it for 4 years.
So you were paying like a mortgage on it and stuff, and you had it for a while.
Oh yeah.
And you were upkeeping it. I mean, you
mostly, yeah. Yeah. So, but commitment. Yeah. I just think that it's hard. Like, I feel like such a wanderlust sort of person. So, like being committed to like the shop or being, you know, like investing a bunch of money to.
Do you feel like it like something. Anchors you or kind of like
I don't like being anchored down.
It keeps you in place where you can't be able to kind of just change if you don't feel like doing it one day. You can just change. You can't do that when you've got a full shop and a bunch of students that depend on you and stuff like that.
Right. So that's kind of like my fear. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What do you suck at in pottery or business and want to get better at?
Do you want me to answer first?
Yes, because
Okay.
I asked it.
I really suck at slip casting it, and I really want to get better at it. That's like my goal. I guess in the next couple of years is to like be able to mold something properly.
Yeah.
That
I
it.
think getting skill sets like that, even though it's outside of your realm of, you're definitely a wheel thrower,
Mhm.
and like getting a skill like that is completely new territory that can, take you in a completely different direction, and it's like really cool. I mean, would you say you suck at it though? You haven't really done it, but like
Oh no, I've tried.
a few times, right? I
I
mean,
feel like I've tried enough to
oh
know that I
really?
pretty much suck at it. I think it's just the patience thing, and like not knowing the exact, you know, not knowing exactly how to do it.
Ratios and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I would say that right now I suck at it. I'm not saying that I would in the future, but if I could get like some good guidance, that would be really fun for me. So, all right, your turn.
Suck at in pottery business. I would say, I mean, I always say I hate trimming, so I'll just say like getting more consistent feet with trimming. I usually say I hate it because when I get a stack of bowls and I have to trim like 30 of them, getting a consistent width and stuff is harder for me
Yeah.
because I like just get through it and I'm like, okay, I just got to clean this up, but they don't always look the same, and I would say that, sure. Do you have any specific business thing that you want to get better at?
I'd like to get better at like planning ahead for events and seasons and like Christmas and like pre-planning and having like inventory management. I'd like to get better at that.
Nice. For me, business wise, um, oh, that's hard. Um, Maybe planning ahead for like setting up actual things that would like be out of the normal for me. That's not like putting another 5 shows on the agenda for the year or something. Like trying to do something different and actually commit to doing it instead of just saying like, "Oh, I want to try a mug club or contact breweries to do a mug order or wholesale or whatever." Like I have those on my list, but I never commit to them because I don't know what's going to go into it. So like I don't take those risks to do something completely different that I'm not familiar with because I don't know what the risks and what's involved in it. So I would say that's kind of something I would like to get better at
Yeah.
because there's so much time, and I'm like, okay, I want to invest the time efficiently, and if I know I can sell this thing, then my time is well worth it because I know what the outcome's going to be, and I have a better chance of making more money or selling this thing than doing this wholesale order that's going to give me a big headache. But I mean, I think it's probably not bad to try some of that.
Yeah. For sure. Okay. Next question. What is the thing that you've sold that you are most proud of? Like the thing that when you were at a show you were like so stoked.
Um, Probably my first the piece that I sold about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was one of my first like really proud of carved pieces that I've been doing, and it was one that I made at Baker Hunt when I was teaching at, and it was with their clay and their glazes and stuff, and it was like one of 4 pieces that were out there that had that design on it, and it was actually a friend of mine from like grade school that I saw, and she was just we were talking, and she got this one thing and got a shot glass or something, and then she's like, you know what, I want to get this tumbler too, and it was that piece. So I would say that one I'm really stoked of because I know the person that it went to, and it was like kind of getting in this new territory for me.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so for me, it was also a couple weeks ago, and I've just recently started to make geometric, like geometric style tumblers and stuff and vases, and I made this vase thing, cup thing, probably like actually almost like a year ago, and it's been sitting on my shelf for an entire year because I haven't had the guts to like take it out and sell it. And I had it for like $100 on the top of the shelf, and this lady just like saw it and she was like, I want to buy this. And she didn't even buy it for herself. She bought it as a housewarm, like a gift to somebody. And I was like so excited. Like so excited because like not only did she love it, but she also liked it enough to give it to somebody. Like who gives $100 gift to anybody? Not me. I mean, some people do, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was like so stoked about that.
I think being a production potter, doesn't it you kind of lose that proudness in each, like in individual pieces, and you're kind of like, as a collective, you're like, oh, I had a really good day because I sold X number of things.
Yeah, like the money excites
and I think
me now.
With both of our answers are very one-off pieces that we dedicated time and effort into, and maybe that's like, maybe it's good for people to have both instead of just focusing on production, because you kind of lose your attachment to individual pieces.
Yeah, totally.
You make so many. All right, what is your funniest moment in regards to clay? And in parentheses, I'm guessing Becca wrote this, I'm such an idiot.
What is your funniest, quote unquote, I'm such an idiot moment in regards to clay?
Okay, she said that better. I mean, I would say probably like one of the moments when I was learning and stuff, and you have this nice piece and you accidentally kick the foot pedal and it speeds up the wheel and the thing goes flying off the wheel. Probably something like that. Or where you like load up a board full of pots and it's like sitting on top of something that's anchored in the middle, and it just like falls over because there's too much weight on one end, and it just flips the whole board just falls on the floor.
My cat did that 3 days ago. My most idiot moment. Oh, well, it's definitely a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with the most recent, which was on Friday. No, on Thursday. On Thursday, me and Andrew made like 100 to 150 garden stakes, and they're just like 1 inch by 10 inches long. And I always iron them, and then I just throw them in the kiln and I pile them on top of each other. Usually I pile them in like shelving sections, and I'm not like super conservative with my piling. However, I had the bright idea this last Thursday to pile the biggest pile of garden stakes just in one huge ass pile in the middle of my 3 cubic foot kiln. And I fired it to cone 6 instead of cone 5, which was also a mistake because they ended up all sticking together. They ended up all sticking together, and also I did it this way because I was like, maybe it'll get hot faster, which was I don't know why I was thinking that way, but I was like, maybe it'll, I like left 6 inches at the bottom of the kiln, and so like air would circulate, because I really wanted to get them out before my show on Friday morning at 4:30, and we put them in at like 6 o'clock Thursday night. And I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was like hoping. And then we opened up the kiln, and I'm not even kidding you, like all the ones on the top were like curved like a C. Like they were actually like arced, like the McDonald's arcs. Like they were so warped. And so I had to refire some of those. Wow. And then I had to like chip them all apart, and I think I lost half of them. So that was my most idiotic moment as of recently.
Wow. Okay, my second one that I had was I put too much stuff on this shelf that I built above my wedging table, and it was my glazed materials, and I put too much weight on it, and it just buckled in the middle of the night. That was like 2 years ago.
Oh my god.
And everything fell down.
Oh god.
So it was a bunch of glazed material that was in bags and stuff, so that stuff didn't get lost, but I put like country crock containers with like 1 pound batch tests of glazes that were liquid up there too, and that there were probably like 10 of those up there because I was like, oh, I'm being nice and tidy by putting them all up on this shelf, but the shelf didn't withstand the weight, so that thing fell at like 3 in the morning. Yes.
Okay, I will say that the one thing that I'm continuously an idiot about is I always start a glaze, like a batch of glaze. I always start mixing up a batch of glaze or like measuring it out before I, like, this is the one thing that my teacher was like, always make sure you have every material before you start. And every single time I'm like halfway through the glaze and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have any black. Or like, oh crap, I'm like low on like, I don't know, silica. And so I'm continuously bad at that. That probably happens every single time that I mix a glaze. That's just a continuous idiotic moment. Anyway, moving on. So, what item do you refuse to make?
Refuse. I don't make teapots. I've made 4 of them, but I don't want to make any more.
Ever.
I have not made a berry bowl yet, but I'm tempted at some point.
Ugh. Sounds horrid.
They don't have to be as complex as people make them. People put like 50 holes in them. You only need like 10 holes or like 3 holes. Like, you don't need 50 holes.
So true.
That's way too much work.
Too much work. I refuse to make butter crocks.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, butter dishes. I don't make that.
Yeah, I have made too many butter crocks in my life already because one was enough, and they just, I mean, they sell okay, but at the end of the day, they're a pain in the butt. You have to explain what it is every single time. And
yeah, that's like a lot of people that make these very specialty items. I'm like, is it really worth the work? Are you really making that killer of a profit on this thing?
I mean, if you're
to make it
like,
worth it, or do you just enjoy it?
I know plenty of people that are great at making butter crocks, and like they work really well. But yeah, I often wonder that too. But if you can mark it up well, then you can make a bunch of money on it. So yeah.
Yeah. What about those hand warmer mugs? Have you ever made one of those?
Oh, fuck,
it's like
no.
Cupped in.
Excuse my French. Actually, that should be my first one. I will never, ever in my entire life make a hand warmer mug. I refuse.
Nice. Me neither.
Okay. If you could go to one workshop, what would it be? Like clay-related workshop. And who would it be with?
Oh, gosh. Gosh, I have no idea. Can you answer yours? I gotta think about it.
Whisper to yourself, it'll make it.
You're thinking too.
I think I know which one I want. I just don't want to butcher the name. Okay, so recently Kurt Hammerly went to a Peter Pincus workshop that was conjoined with somebody else's. It was the 3D clay printing. That's the workshop I want to go to. That looked like so cool. And Peter Pincus is legit the master of multi-molds, But maybe I should do a preliminary mold workshop beforehand so I'm not an idiot in that regard.
Yeah, that looks super advanced. I was like, okay, he needs to vocalize what goes into this process more, because you see a mug that's like $350 and you're like, why is this wizardry worth this much? And like, what goes into this? Because I really have no idea. Then I see that and I'm like, show that more.
Yeah, when Kurt did the story of that workshop, I was like, oh my gosh, that is insane. And I know that it takes that much work. Like, for all of you people that are on the whole, like, pottery is only pottery thrown end of the court, you're stupid. Because, oh, that was harsh. You're, because slip casting is so difficult. It takes so much, like, finesse that I don't think I have the cojones to do. I just don't have, like, the patience or anything like that. Um, it is, I would say that it is just as grueling as throwing. It's just in totally different ways. So, well, yeah, seeing that workshop that he did was just
Yeah, it
so
looked
crazy.
really a lot of work.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think?
I think I have mine. I'll probably just say Simon Leach. I know he probably has workshops, so sure, Simon
He
Leach.
does. Yeah, that would be a good one.
I don't know. I feel like some people get workshopped out, and they're like they keep going to like get education, and like I need to do another workshop. I need to take more classes. I need to do this and that. I'm like, I think you just need to like get in the studio and make stuff. Like,
So
just
true.
make stuff.
So true. I have
like people that need to keep getting educated. Like, just get out there and do it.
Yeah.
You've got enough education. The theoretical can only get you so far.
Yeah. I have never been to a workshop, I don't think. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. If you won the lottery, what would you do with the money? Like, let's say you won $15 million, like after taxes.
What would I do? I'd probably put a bunch of it into something like some kind of, index funds or something that's going to grow even more. Percentage of it goes there. Probably get like a storefront for doing pottery. Quit my day job. And go travel places with Rachel and go see a bunch of potters all over the U.S. and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there'd just be a ton left over.
There might not be. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I won the lottery, I'd probably invest in real estate. And
like buying like an apartment building or buying like commercial space or buying a house.
I think investing in apartment complexes would be really interesting because they really never go down, You get a little bit back from that every single month.
Would you be like a building manager too?
No.
Or would you hire someone to do that?
Hire somebody. I have $15 million. And then I would obviously pay off everybody's in my family's debt and like get them all houses and stuff, but like get them set up to a manageable state, and then I'd buy a freaking awesome van and then travel around.
Pimp my van.
I'd pimp my van.
Becca Otis style.
And I'd travel around. And I would hire somebody to be in the shop and for them to maintain it.
Ooh. Yeah, if you had funds, like, which part of your business would you just, like... Would you just work to like, systemize, or whatever you want to call it, operationalize having people do certain parts of your work? Would you do something like that?
Yeah, if I had funds, I would hire a manager for the paint your own pot section, and I'd hire teachers for teaching classes, and I would just make stuff. I would just make pottery. I'd be like the...
Would you sell it on the weekends and stuff, or would you...
I would still sell it on the weekends. And I might even sell it online.
If there's enough time, you'll sell online.
Yeah. Okay, what is your most prized pottery possession?
If I'm talking my work, I would say a tea bowl that I made in college that was hand built, and I like carved the inside out, and I did texture on the outside, and I wood fired it. That's my most prized possession that I made. And I might have an answer if somebody else's after you answer yours.
Okay, my Well, I wasn't thinking of my stuff, but my most prized possession of my pottery is the very like one of the very first pieces that I have, and it's thrown really terribly, and it looks like a seashell, and it also looks like a trout. Like not like the glaze looks like it looks like the skin of a trout, weirdly enough, and I don't know. I've just always had it, and I've always used it as like a brush holder for the kitchen, and now I use it to show all of my students. And I think that I would be devastated if it broke. My mom chipped the corner of it, and I was really pissed. Sorry, Mom. No, I mean I got over it like in a second, but still, um, yeah, that's probably my most prized of my possessions.
Do you have one of somebody else's that you have?
Yes, I have a cup, and of course I can't remember who made it. I'm gonna find it. So you talk about who?
Is it from Pot Swap?
No, I do love that one though.
Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, I have so many pieces.
I found it. I just couldn't remember her last name. Bianca Groves. I have a mug or a cup that I got at in Seeka this last year, and it's white, and it has black and white polka dots on it, and it is so awesome. That's my favorite of the pieces, and also the most money I've ever spent on a piece too. So
How much was it?
$60.
Nice. My most prized piece. Oh gosh. Probably. Okay, I have a good one. So it's hand-built mug that was made in Jamaica.
Ooh.
And we got it when Rachel and I were on our honeymoon. We got it at the airport. And I just really like the style of it, of how it's built. I can see how it was put together. And it's hand-built, so I don't hand-build. And it's like wood-fired with like a peach red chino. I'm a sucker for chinos.
I love
And
that.
it's from Jamaica where we did our honeymoon, so it's kind of got that remembrance there too.
Yeah.
So that's my most prized, I guess.
Okay, the last one is what's a guilty pleasure of yours?
So I wrote this question, and I would say a guilty pleasure of mine is playing Pokemon Go.
That's great.
It gets me out and about and walking in the neighborhood sometimes, and we'll be on vacation or something, and we'll go like a certain path, and we'll just walk a certain way, and Rachel will be like, "Did we just walk like longer because you wanted to play Pokemon and like get more of this thing over here?" And yeah, getting more exercise.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
that's my guilty pleasure.
A guilty pleasure of mine is that me and my friend on Wednesdays we watch The Bachelor. And we watch it to make fun of everybody, and it's great. And I love it. I just like making fun of people, which is like a terrible thing, but I like the they can't judge me back. Even though secretly I'm like not really judging them, but we like to give them nicknames and stuff like that. That's my guilty pleasure.
So you're gonna watch that later tonight, or is The Bachelor not on?
No, I already watched it this morning actually. So while I was throwing.
Oh.
I have been watching this really, really shitty one called Love Island from the United Kingdom, and that's only funny because they have a really funny commenter, like a narrator for the show, and he just bashes everybody. That's why I like that. But I got over it. Yeah, it got old. So yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody's going to listen to this podcast because we're being so dumb, but who knows?
They should listen.
Yeah, there'll be a quiz later.
If you build it, they will come.
All right. All right. Thanks, the dude. Um, my kiln's name is the Big Lebowski. Yeah.
Oh, is it? I did not name my kiln. My kiln is named Olympic and Duncan.
Yeah, no, when we got the
Very
new kilns,
original.
when we got the new kilns, we named our kilns, and they're all actually named out of movies. So, The Big Lebowski, El Señor Rojo, which it really spins off of Mr. Red, but there is no Mr. Red. It's from Reservoir Dogs. It's actually
Okay.
there's only a Mr. Pink, but it's a Scot, so I had to name him Mr. Red. And then Baby, because it's in the corner. Don't put Baby in the corner.
Yeah, I need to get more clever with my names. I need to come up with something.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah, I mean, that was
So we'll
not really informative, but it was got to know us a little bit better.
a little about us and
I learned something new about you. I can't remember what it was.
Dislikes. Something about golf, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'll be on the tour. You never know.
You know, PGA, here I come. I like to watch golf. I've never played it, though.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You like to watch golf?
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those weirdos.
Hey, I watch golf videos on Instagram all the time.
Yeah, you are weird.
Like,
we already know you're weird. I mean, I know I'm weird too, but you play golf, of course. You watch golf.
Right. But it's like, it's such a skill to like know how to do certain things that people think it's like boring and hard or what. I mean, it's really hard, so it's like learning a skill like that.
And it's really mentally
a lot of practice.
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up here, and we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to follow me or Ryan, you can follow us on our Instagrams. My Instagram is 5 Lines Pottery Studio. It's the number 5. And his Instagram is at RD Ceramics. That's R as in Ryan, D as in Durban, Ceramics. And we would love for you to follow us, but we would also love it if you gave us a review on whichever platform that you're listening on, and if you tell your friends. We really enjoy doing this, and we hope that we can do it some more and have some great conversations. Thanks!